And there will be more than 100, possibly up to 200 executive actions and orders that he will sign over the next few days. Let's see if they announce each one.
EOs and presidential memoranda.
You want to go with that? Do you want to say it? You want to say it?
Oh, if you want me to, sir.
Why don't you say what I'm signing?
Sure. The first item that President Trump is signing is the rescission of 78 Biden-era executive actions, executive orders, presidential memoranda, and others. Thank you, sir. Thank you. The second item, President Trump, is a regulatory freeze, as you announced in your speech, preventing bureaucrats from issuing any more regulations until we have full control of this, the government and this administration. Thank you, sir.
Sir, can I have a pen?
The next item, sir, is a freeze on all federal hiring, excepting the military and a number of other excluded categories, again, until full control of the government is achieved and we understand the objectives of government going forward.
We have never seen a day like this. We have never seen an inauguration like this.
Biden doing this? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Essentially, he is commander-in-chief, he is president, he is also a producer. As he talks about each one of these and asks the guy to speak up, saying what each executive order and action is. As we're listening, we'll dip back in, but joining us, Fox News chief political analyst Brit Hume and Mark Penn, former advisor and pollster for President Bill Clinton. He's CEO of Stagwell and chairman of the Harris poll. Brit, I want to start with you. We've never seen anything like this. There's 20,000 people cheering for every executive order signed.
No, and you look at this event. What is this event? Well, it's not an inaugural parade. The weather took care of that. Is it really an executive order signing by the President of the United States? Well, yes, it is, but it's not like one, as you point out, Brett, we've ever seen. What this is a rally that he combines with other things. So these people, there was not going to be a parade for these people, and there are not nearly enough of them by his lights in this arena. It's too small for that. But what it is a rally, and that's what he does, and he has done more with the political rally as an instrument of power and popularity than any politician that I think we've ever seen, Brett. And this is just yet another example of it.
And think about how much social media has been created today, just today, with the 47th President of the United States. Mark Penn, speaking of social media, I follow you, and I saw you react after President Biden pardoned his family members, and it seemed pretty disgusted.
I am. These last-minute pardons, after all the elections are over, even of your family itself, after hiding and lying about everything that occurred relative to the Biden business, before any legal process whatsoever has done so, you've taken it out of the hands of all juries and all process, which probably wouldn't have happened anyway, to be honest, because of what's happened here. But yes, I think that Joe Biden has a 39% rating, 35% on things like inflation and immigration, and I think this further takes him down in the history books.
I want to listen back in to see what the next executive order is here as he is signing them. We'll have a list. He also will go to the White House after this, before the three balls, and continue signing. Let's listen.
Sir, before we go back to the Oval Office to sign a large number of other items, is a directive to the federal government ending the weaponization of government against the political adversaries of the previous administration, as we've seen. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Britt, as I said, he's going to go from here to the Oval Office and continue signing as he's tossing some pens into the crowd. And you think about Trump supporters and all that they've been through. Think about the lawfare. Think about this president sitting in a New York courtroom time and time again throughout this process. And still, despite all of those things and 2 assassination attempts, coming to this moment.
Well, exactly, Brett, and I don't think we can think of a president who has overcome more in his effort to get back to the Oval Office. Certainly, I didn't think after January 6, 2021, that this day would ever come where he would be able to do this, and yet he did it, and he did it by a combination of the sheerest sort of determination and grit and refusal to be done in by the unbelievable anxiety that I think a normal human being would feel under that kind of pressure. And he somehow bore it all, and he's never lost his optimism about this, nor did his determination ever waver or fade. And I think that is a big part, Brett, of why his achievement is so extraordinary, even though in the end the margin was narrow. Yes, it was, but he won all 7 of those battleground states, which I didn't think many people thought was possible. And having done that, I think people look at him and they say, wow, just look at what he did. And I think that applies across the political spectrum. There's simply no getting around the fact that this was an extraordinary achievement. And it established that his popular support and his program and he himself are real in terms of their electoral power. And and that's why I think that the resistance to him, it hasn't crumbled, it probably never will, but it's nothing like what we saw 8 years ago when people were screaming in the streets and women were howling and wailing and being photographed with tears streaming down their faces and all the rest of it.
Mm-hmm. Mark Penn, final word here. As we wrap up this event at Capital One Arena, the Senate has passed the Laken-Riley bill, 64-35, that required a number of Democrats to vote with it. Also, Secretary of State Marco Rubio received confirmation vote 99-0. So his Senate colleagues 99-0. Mark Penn, is there a chance that Democrats are going to shift and that there'll be more and more Democrats, especially in red states, that realize maybe it's time to work with the Trump administration?
Oh, I think that's definitely going to be the case. I think you see the politics shifting. Look, it's always Trump v. Trump, but right now, this President Trump, he is ready to take on this presidency. His administration is organized, obviously 10 times better than it was the first time. They know what they're doing. They know where the soft spots are. And he is out there gaining support among the popular will. I think he's going to move all of politics, maybe not to the right, but definitely to the center. And I think that's going to bring some Democrats with him.
Mark and Britt, thank you very much.